Okay, I lost you there for a second. I don't know why the GoPro stopped. But I think they run stock with 4313 for the differential gearing. So I upgraded the gearing to 1540, you know. I do is speed run with these, you know what I mean? So this is a Cordova 2300 8 mil. Every one of my motors I use 8 mils, and I use anything 5 mil. Um Purples across the board. Sometimes double pinks. I do once in a while get contacts when I can't get a set of purples or pinks, you know. I just, you know, have to do it, you know what I mean? So this is a Savix Black in here. This one's it's pretty chattery, you know. So it's got like a digital leveling, whatever the hell you call it. You guys know what it is. So it's kind of chattery all the time, you know. It's nothing to be alarmed of when you hear your servo, you know, making chatter. Feel it, you know. Hit it with a temp gun. See what the temp is on it. You know what I mean? Like when they're going bad, they tend to heat up a lot of times. Actually, I'm screwing this one. I gotta get set up. So I like to put them in servo mounts, in aluminum servo mounts. One, they're so much stronger, so much more solid. You know what I mean? Like just way better all around. We're speed running, dude. We're doing 160, 170, 180 miles an hour. We need these wheels to be like locked in. You know what I mean? You don't want to hit a bump at that speed and go wham, and your wheels move real quick and send your car flying into a guardrail, curb, whatever, you know, parked car, and just whatever. You don't want the shit like that happening. You know what I mean? So I see a lot of guys and they got like these speed run setups and they still have the stock servos in there. And it's just a huge risk, guys. Like you're running a huge risk because they're not strong enough. You hit a bump at that speed, man, your car's going to go flying off to the side of the road and you're not going to be too happy, you know. I usually do pretty good on my runs. Like, you know, knock on wood, I do pretty well. I had a bad crash about 2 weeks ago. Totaled the whole car. Now, each one of these cars are roughly $25 to $3,000, you know. All set up, fully loaded. These two are fully loaded. You know, I'm talking with batteries, everything. And when you hit something, let's say at 150, 160 miles an hour, dude, it's over with. You know what I mean? There's nothing left at all. You're lucky if you even find half the stuff, and the stuff that you do find is usually mangled. You know what I mean? So, you know, once again, here's another one, you know, all the same stuff. This one actually has a Tekin T300, really, really good servo. You know what I mean? This is you know, just some fan mounts and a big block motor mount. I'm going to be putting the TP 5670 CM. I want to say it's somewhere around 1500 kV. It's not the 1200 plus kV. I had the 2510. Ugh, guys, I don't know. If somebody found out a way to run it on an XLX2, leave a comment. Let me know how you made out, you know, because that thing killed 2 XLX2s within 10 minutes of me running it. So, and I geared it, you know, spool as big as I could and, you know, small as I can go in the pinion and matched it up. That thing popped 2 XLX2s like it was nothing. I normally run big fans on my XLX2s. I like to keep these cool. You know what I mean? My motors, look, guys, we're speed running. We know it. You know, the motors are going to get hot. It is what it is, you know. Put it up. Don't run again, you know. Let things cool down, man. Throw it in the truck. Throw it in the car. You know, put it under some air conditioning. I got some ripple killers over here. I got parts I always put in the battery trays, and whenever I get to it and start putting stuff on. But yes, all my fans, everything, I always run separate little batteries off of it. Little 1,000 milliamps, or, you know, teeny little things, smaller, about the size of this fan, even smaller, you know. And you get about 4 passes out of them, you know. That's all you need. You got a lot of times for the cars to cool down. You know, we're running them like so extreme. You know what I mean? And all of these cars, I use the Saga mounts for the ESC. This is what they look like normally when you get them. You know, they're wrapped. You got to peel this little blue layer back, but mount your ESCs right to it. You know, perfect fit. Bam, locked in. Everything's well balanced. You know what I mean? Balance in suspension, guys, so important. Also, you know, I see you guys. You got, you know, the motor ESC on this side, and you know your batteries. You got one over here, one over there. You're not using your grub screws. You're not trying to balance the suspension out. You know, Raz and them guys, man, like they explain how to do all that stuff. I guess I could make a video or two. You know what I mean? Explaining how to do it. You know, you just gotta put a screwdriver underneath the front bumper, the back bumper, and it helps to lift it up from the center. And see which wheels leave the ground first. You know, then you know you gotta loosen up on that one grub screw so that both wheels are lifting off the ground at the same time, making that contact, because everything's, you know, we got weight all over. But I'm very finicky about weight, man. I like weight distribution as best as possible. I mean, we all know that some of our cars are going to have a little bit more weight on the side, but do the best you can, you know what I mean, to get everything balanced out. So all these, you know, all these cars, they're all lightweight. You know, that's another thing with the speed running game, guys. You gotta be light. The heavier you are, the more amps you're gonna pull, the less gear you're gonna be able to use. And it's not always about throwing gear at it either. You know, you want to get on top of the gearing. You know what I'm saying? To better explain it, like, you want your batteries at full throttle to be able to recover. And then you can't have too much gear. If you have too much gear on that, the batteries can't recover, so you cannot pick up on the top end. Guys just get a good number and they just keep throwing gear at it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work that way. 9 times out of 10, it hurts you more. If you get, you know, you got nice cool temperatures, you started, you got 145. All right, now I hit 150. Okay, I'm hitting 152. Don't keep throwing gear at it every time you think you're getting a better number, and you know your temps are getting hot. You're pulling more amps. Yeah, like that works in extremes. Like once you find a good gearing, but you know, like select your gearing and give it a chance. You know, run it. You know, give it 5-6 runs on that gearing. Get the data logs. Save the Castle XLX2 data logs. I cannot express how much better your speedrun game will get by looking at the logs. Guys, clear your logs. Run the car. Save the log. You can even get put your rate, so in the XLX2 on the Castle Link, you know, there's a thing that says 10-second, 5-second samples. You know, what that's doing is sampling the data that your car is providing every, 10 times a second or 5 times a second, whatever it is. Guys, put it up to 10. You know what I mean? Don't smooth your data logs. Don't smooth them out or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like, really get into the detail and see what the vehicle is doing, dude. Then try changing one tooth. Look at the difference. Save that log. Compare it to this log. See where your RPM's at. Am I losing RPM? Am I speed? Am I pulling more? Am I getting hotter? Don't start messing around with timing. That's all fine tuning stuff too. You really gotta get on top of, the motor per se. You know what I mean? You want to see your RPM climbing, your batteries recovering. You know what I mean? Like, that means you're doing a run and then they start sagging down because you're pulling it. You're at full throttle. So it's just yanking all that out of the batteries. So the voltage is sagging. So you get to the top end, right? You think that's it. That's all it's got, right? But then in the data log, you start to see it coming back up. oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know what's going on there? You're picking up on top end. That means you're providing enough gear for them batteries to recover and to build up on top speed. This is the name of the game, guys. Like, this is how we get faster. You know what I'm saying? You've got to get in these data logs. Pay attention to the data log, guys. Can't express it enough. But all right, I'm gonna move forward here. I'm going to slide this guy over here. So I got about 2 more. I mean, I guess there's not necessarily any point in going through these ones at the moment. These are builds right here. This is a, I keep backup cars. That's all this is. This is backup car in case something happens to one of these 3. This is a new 2200. It's a beast. It really is. So I've got my best speeds out of the new 2010. But also, like I was stating earlier in the video, about 2 weeks ago I went through a bad crash. Well, that prize motor I had, prize car that was getting me my best numbers, right? Dude, totaled, gone, everything, So this is a whole new build. That was the 2010 Steve New, the 1539. This is the 1536. I mean, you can, I'm trying to think in comparison here, like something that we know what it is here. Hold on. Okay. So this is a Bic lighter. We're talking almost 2 Bic lighters long. Like, this is a cannon. It's what we call dynamite. You know what I mean? But I like the long cans. Back over here with the 4080. I haven't got to run this one yet, the 4080 CM. This is the 2022 KV. Now, that's a tank. That's a tank for a TP, man. Big boy. I'm hoping to get good numbers out of it. We'll see what it is. TP's been, really, really raw and aggressive motors. They're doing their thing out there right now. You know what I mean? But we're gonna run it tomorrow. Definitely gonna have videos of that too. We'll see what's going on. See what kind of speeds we get, and then tomorrow I'm gonna walk you guys through, like, what do you do when you get back to the house? All right, you've been out speed running all day. Guys, don't just throw your freaking cars back up on the shelf. You know what I mean? These things are working hard. I mean, we're putting them through 20, 24, 23 horsepower. You know what I mean? Like, dude, this is an RC car. You know what I mean? Like, we're trashing Corvettes out there with a little RC car. You know what I mean? Like, you guys got to, like, recognize what you're doing and what you're building here. Like, appreciate it. Like, these are extreme machines. You know what I'm saying? Like, people underestimate it. Oh, like, it's a toy car, it's a hobby. Like, yeah, it is all of the above, but it's also a 170 mile an hour projectile. You know what I mean? Like, there's guys that get their legs broken, like cars getting, not our cars, these cars that are hitting regular cars. You know what I mean? Like, this shit's dangerous, dude. Batteries exploding, while charging them, out in the field. You got your battery charging in your truck, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, poof. Like, these things are dangerous, but at the same time, like, you just be careful and you won't have any of those problems. It's very rarely these things just spontaneously combust, if they ever did anyway. Just watch your wires, make sure nothing's getting close to this. So as you, like, on all my builds, every one of them, you see this is called loom, and it just wraps all your wires up. Look at these wires. See, like, any excess wires, coil them. Guys, take a screwdriver, right? Wrap it around the screwdriver. Get it reasonably tight without hurting the wire. Take a lighter, and then while it's coiled up real tight around a screwdriver, hit it with a little heat. You know what I mean? Give it a second, blow on it, let it cool off, pull the screwdriver out, bam, look what you got. You know what I mean? It's tight, it's not going nowhere, shortens up the length, cleans everything up. Over here, look. Even the quick connects. See? Quick connects, guys. You know? Tighten all that stuff up. It's really easy. Wrap it around a screwdriver, hit it with heat, leave it be. Then when you're running it, you know, throw the strap over top of it underneath your battery. These are just things that, you know, it's good to have. It keeps a nice clean build. You don't want anything going in your gear. You don't want to be damaging this stuff, you know. You get a little kink in a wire. Guys, if you're running gyros, I'll tell you, one of the worst accidents I ever had was because of the stupidest thing. It was a gyro that popped off of the chassis. You know, guys, you're putting super glue on it, tape, whatever, dude, shoe glue that thing, man. Make sure that gyro is one with the chassis, because what happens when it pops off of there? Do you guys ever pick up a gyro in your hand while the car's on? It's like this. Front wheels are going everywhere. It's insane, you know? So imagine that while you're driving your car at 150 miles an hour and the gyro pops off. Dude, you can't do nothing about it. Hang tight, buddy. Hang in for the ride. Hopefully you can stop it. You know what I mean? I use QS8s on all my stuff, but I do run bullets off of the ESC sometimes. It's a new thing I've been doing. Trying it out, you know. So when you guys are doing this, so QS8s have an anti-spark thing. That's, you know, I don't know if you guys ever noticed putting your QS8s together, they don't spark because of this. See this little logo right here, a little spark right there? So when you're working with bullets and you got bullets across the board, dude, they spark, and they spark a lot. You know, it's kind of scary when you do it. It freaks you out sometimes. So QS8's got a spark, right? So when you're connecting bullets and you're using this, that, and the third, right? Before you close the circuit, you know what I mean? Put the bullet that does you see how this one doesn't have an icon? So I gotta put this one in first, right? Bam. Okay, if you do this the opposite way, it will spark. Now look, when I'm over here with it, see the symbol, the spark? That's anti-spark. So now I can put it in there. There was a little teeny one, but nothing serious. Not like when you put bullets, you know, to your ESC without, you know, QS8. It's loud, it's bright, it arcs, it messes up your bullets, you know. You gotta keep these bullets good, man. Contact cleaner also. Flowpack, that's what it's got a whole little video on how to keep your bullets clean, you know what I mean? But these are all things, you know what I mean, like we'll all go over in time, but kind of just wanted to give you an introduction